Everyone knows that Black Widows are venomous, but not everybody knows about the movie Black Widow. This standalone adventure features Natasha Romanoff in her first solo movie. The film shows fans a new perspective, which is exciting for Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. Here is the scoop on Marvel's Black Widow review. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Sarah Scoop channel. Black Widow is about Natasha Romanoff, aka the Black Widow or the Russian spy, who deals with her past coming back to haunt her as she attempts to come to terms with the darker parts of her ledger while being pursued by a force that will stop at nothing to bring her down. Disney's Black Widow explores free will and what it means to be human. It presents a coherent plot that is easy to follow and entertaining. Black Widow is also the first film in Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The film includes flashbacks and the typical spy action we are used to seeing from Natasha in the main MCU films. The movie shows Natasha dealing with her past and how it still impacts her in the present and how she deals with certain aspects of her life while also fighting enemies. Similar to Steve Rogers, Captain America, they both grew up during war and have become the hero that others look up to, each in their own way. The movie also shows the choices that Romanoff has made throughout her life that have led her to becoming an Avenger named Black Widow. This includes being a child who was a victim of Soviet officials using human experiments on children, being a spy who was trained by a man who was training girls to be assassins, similarly as Winter Soldier, and finally being an Avenger known for stopping at nothing to protect people. Black Widow finally shows Marvel fans Natasha Romanoff's family. We see a young Natasha living a normal life with her sister Yelena, and her parents Alexei and Melina, until one day everything changes. Natasha's parent figures are actually Russian spies working an undercover operation. She and Yelena are then given to Dreykov to train as assassins in the Red Room. Years later, Natasha kills Dreykov and escapes, or so the thinks. The storyline made the movie entertaining due to its plot. The plot is typical of classic spy films with undercover agents and lots of action, but it also teaches family values. As an adult, Natasha is on the lam after the events of Captain America: Civil War. Without her Avengers family, she finds herself reuniting with Yelena, Alexei, and Melina. At one point in the movie, Natasha even comments on how she once had no family, and now she has two. Black Widow shows the struggle Natasha deals with throughout the film while being forced to deal with her past in order to get help from others. It also gives insight into the life of Black Widow, which is never shown before in any previous MCU movies featuring her as a character. The movie improves the character of Black Widow in a way we have not seen yet, giving her a new perspective on the life she has chosen for herself and how it interferes with her relationship with other heroes. She doesn't have a team to rely on like Captain America, Iron Man, and others do, Wasp, Ant-Man. So that makes Natasha's team much more human than most MCU films, which are action-driven and dependent on big team-ups. It also shows that even though you may grow up as a spy who is trained to deal with situations while being alone, you still need support from people around you in order to get through. Working together with her makeshift family, Natasha takes down Dreykov and the Red Room once and for all. The movie has great acting, which makes all the characters in the film emotional and real. Scarlett Johansson shows us Natasha's warmth and sense of humor, in addition to the chilling determination that we all know from previous MCU films. Florence Pugh brings Yelena to life perfectly. While her Russian delivery is dry, Pugh's facial expressions convey the depth of Yelena's heartache. David Harbour plays Alexei, the Red Guardian, and Rachel Weisz as Melina. Together, they make the perfect pair of unlikely parents. The cast each shine individually as their characters, but the family dynamic is even better. David Harbour once again easily plays an unlikely father figure struggling with his kids. Also, Natasha and Yelena's sibling dynamic is done well. Johansson and Pugh make the perfect pair. Even though they are not biological siblings, they are still family. The movie's soundtrack is great, showing what you would expect from any spy or superhero film. The music has a catchy beat, acting as a background for the bigger picture of the storyline. There are no huge features that hit you over the head, it's just a nice soundtrack that perfectly complements the story. Black Widow also had lots of amazing quotes. Yelena in particular almost steals the show, but everyone has their moment. The costumes and hair are also fantastic. Gone are the days of Natasha Romanoff fighting in high heels with her hair down. Black Widow has our hero sporting combat boots and secure hairstyles, perfect for actually fighting. I also like that the movie focused on two female characters who are very close and work together for the main action. Eventually, both of them go off to pursue their own lives. This is an interesting dynamic to see in action because it's such a rare thing that we don't usually see in movies, and I like the way it was portrayed. I like where Marvel is heading with this franchise, and I'm so excited for more of these films to come out. I hope they continue this trend and we get to see more of Black Widow as she sneaks around the shadows, plotting her next move as she kicks butts and takes names along her way. After waiting so long for Black Widow, it will no doubt be a box office hit. Marvel fans will not be disappointed. Thank you for watching. Visit sarahscoop.com for more of the scoop on your favorite things.